Sierra Club of Pennsylvania Conservation Teams. Sustainability is the overriding principle that Sierra Club conservation teams embrace, with the three pillars of sustainability, people, planet, and profit, guiding our actions, always striving to find social equity, preserve our natural resources, and have a sustainable economy. The elephant in the room, of course, is climate change, and we need to educate about these broader contexts whenever we can. But the Pennsylvania chapter conservation teams are organized around the major issues within these circles. First is energy, both resisting the expansion of dirty energy and infrastructure and advocating for more clean energy. Another team is focused on pollution, polluters, and Pennsylvania regulations that improve our air and water quality. The transportation team considers solutions for electrification and smart transit planning. The public lands team fights you to protect our forests and open spaces. A zero waste team that advocates for reducing what goes into our landfills and incinerators. And finally, we have the food and agriculture team focused on sustainable ag and food purchasing and home growing options. Don't try to read too much into what circles overlap with other circles. As John Muir said, when you lift up a rock, you'll find that everything is connected to everything else. Teams can count on support from a combination of chapter and national staff and volunteer leaders. There are conservation grants available to teams as well as support from our legal team, which is made up of both staff and volunteers. And we now have a digital tools team that is ready to help with online platforms that we have come to depend on to connect with other volunteers, craft effective emails, and host webinars on any topic. All the teams have these common goals: to support group teams working in the same space, to track relevant Pennsylvania policy, to collaborate with Pennsylvania and National Sierra Club staff, and advise chapter conservation chair and executive committee about needed actions, and of course, welcome new volunteers. Each team must have a minimum of 3 volunteers, and some will have a staff available to help as well. They must meet at least 4 times a year, quarterly, in person or online, and have a page on the chapter website. And each team should have an annual action plan, especially if the team is using some of the small grant money from the Pennsylvania chapter.